Welcome to Capital Investments, where we help you make informed decisions about your investments. In today's video, we will be discussing unethical ways businesses use to make money that you should be aware of. As a responsible investor, it is important to be aware of the unethical practices that some businesses engage in. By doing so, you can make sure that your investments align with your values and that you are not supporting businesses that engage in unethical behavior. 1. Exploiting workers. Some businesses may pay their workers low wages, deny them breaks or overtime, or expose them to unsafe working conditions. This is an unethical business practice that you should be aware of. Worker exploitation is a pervasive issue in the business world. This unethical practice can be seen in sweatshops and factories that employ workers who are paid meager wages for long hours and forced to work in hazardous conditions. These workers often have little to no rights, and their employers take advantage of their vulnerability. 2. Discrimination. Some businesses may discriminate against employees based on their race, gender, religion, or sexual orientation. This is unacceptable and should not be tolerated. Discrimination in the workplace is another unethical practice that has a negative impact on society. Some businesses may engage in discriminatory practices during the hiring process, promotions, or pay raises. This behavior is not only illegal but also contributes to the perpetuation of social inequalities. 3. Environmental damage. Some businesses may engage in practices that harm the environment, such as polluting waterways or emitting harmful chemicals into the air. This is not only unethical but also harmful to our planet. Environmental damage is a serious issue that affects not only the natural world but also human health. Many companies engage in practices that harm the environment, such as improper disposal of waste or toxic chemicals. This can lead to pollution of waterways and air, and cause harm to wildlife and ecosystems. As responsible investors, it is important to consider a company's environmental practices before investing. 4. Product safety. Some businesses may cut corners when it comes to product safety, which can put consumers at risk. For example, a car manufacturer may not recall faulty parts, or a food company may use contaminated ingredients. Product safety is a critical issue that can have serious consequences for consumers. Some businesses may engage in practices that put profits before consumer safety, such as using cheaper, inferior materials or neglecting to recall products with known defects. As investors, it is important to research a company's product safety record before investing in them. 5. Fraudulent advertising. Some businesses may engage in false advertising, making exaggerated claims about their products or services. This is a deceptive practice that can mislead consumers. False advertising is a common unethical business practice that can lead to consumer harm. Companies may exaggerate the benefits of their products or misrepresent their capabilities in advertising campaigns. This can lead to consumer disappointment and even harm in some cases. As investors, it is important to research a company's advertising practices and avoid investing in companies that engage in fraudulent advertising. 6. Misuse of customer data. Some businesses may collect customer data without their consent or sell it to third parties. This is a violation of privacy and is unethical. The misuse of customer data is a growing concern in the business world. Some businesses may collect sensitive customer information, such as credit card numbers or personal identification, without their consent or knowledge. This data can be sold to third parties, leading to privacy violations and potential identity theft. As investors, it is important to research a company's data privacy practices and avoid investing in companies that engage in unethical data collection. 7. Insider trading. Some businesses may engage in insider trading, which involves using confidential information to make stock trades. This is illegal and unethical. Insider trading is a serious issue that can harm the integrity of the stock market. This unethical business practice involves individuals who have access to confidential information about a company's financial performance, such as executives or board members, using that information to make stock trades before the information is made public. This practice gives the individual an unfair advantage over other investors and can harm the company's reputation. As investors, it is important to be aware of the risks associated with investing in companies that engage in insider trading. 8. Bribery and corruption. Some businesses may engage in bribery and corruption to gain an unfair advantage over their competitors. This is an unethical business practice that can harm the integrity of the business world. Some companies may offer bribes to government officials or engage in other corrupt practices to gain an unfair advantage over their competitors. This behavior not only harms the companies involved but also the economy as a whole. As investors, it is important to avoid investing in companies that engage in bribery and corruption. 9. Price gouging. Some businesses may engage in price gouging, which involves charging excessively high prices for goods or services during times of crisis or emergency. This is an unethical business practice that can harm consumers. Price gouging is a predatory business practice that takes advantage of consumers during times of crisis or emergency. Some companies may charge exorbitant prices for goods or services during natural disasters or other emergencies, exploiting the vulnerability of consumers. This behavior not only harms consumers but also damages the reputation of the business community. As investors, it is important to avoid investing in companies that engage in price gouging. 10. Exploiting intellectual property. Some businesses may engage in the unethical practice of exploiting intellectual property, such as patents or trademarks, to gain an unfair advantage over their competitors. Intellectual property is an important asset for many businesses, but it can also be exploited for unethical purposes. Some companies may engage in patent trolling, which involves filing frivolous lawsuits against competitors to gain a financial advantage. Other companies may infringe on the trademarks or copyrights of their competitors, engaging in unethical practices to gain an unfair advantage. As investors, it is important to research a company's intellectual property practices before investing. 11. Monopolization. Some businesses may engage in monopolization, which involves using their market power to limit competition and increase profits. This is an unethical business practice that can harm consumers and the economy as a whole. Monopolization is a serious issue that can harm consumers and limit innovation in the business world. Some companies may use their market power to engage in anti-competitive practices, such as price fixing or exclusive dealing, to limit competition and increase profits. This behavior not only harms consumers but also limits the growth and development of the economy. As investors, it is important to avoid investing in companies that engage in monopolization. 12. Tax evasion. Some businesses may engage in tax evasion, which involves illegally avoiding paying taxes. This is an unethical business practice that can harm the economy and society as a whole. Some companies may engage in illegal practices to avoid paying their fair share of taxes, such as hiding profits or using offshore tax havens. This behavior not only harms the government but also other businesses and individuals who pay their taxes. As investors, it is important to avoid investing in companies that engage in tax evasion. 13. Exploiting developing countries. Some businesses may engage in the unethical practice of exploiting developing countries for their resources or labor. This is a harmful practice that can perpetuate inequality and poverty. Exploiting developing countries is a serious issue that can have negative consequences for the global community. Some companies may engage in practices that exploit the resources or labor of developing countries, such as buying commodities at unfairly low prices or paying workers below minimum wage. This behavior perpetuates inequality and poverty and can have negative social and environmental impacts. As investors, it is important to research a company's labor and supply chain practices before investing. 14. Misleading advertising. Some businesses may engage in misleading advertising, which involves making false or exaggerated claims about their products or services. This is an unethical business practice that can harm consumers. Misleading advertising is a serious issue that can harm consumers and damage the reputation of the business community. Some companies may make false or exaggerated claims about their products or services, leading consumers to make purchasing decisions based on inaccurate information. This behavior not only harms consumers but also undermines trust in the business community. As investors, it is important to consider a company's environmental practices before investing. Unethical business practices can harm not only consumers and investors but also society as a whole. It is important for investors to be aware of these practices and to avoid investing in companies that engage in unethical behavior. By making informed investment decisions, we can promote ethical business practices and contribute to a healthier and more sustainable economy. So, always research a company before investing and be a responsible investor. Thank you for watching this video on unethical business practices. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe to Capital Investments for more informative videos on investing and personal finance.